So I decided to do a small upgrade to my Venzo 29er, my hardtail. And some of you might have seen in my other videos I have a build for that. And when I first built it, I opted for this suspension fork, which is a 100mm Suntour XCR 32 coil. This one does not have any rebound adjustment, does have lockout and preload. So it was very similar to a suspension fork that I very recently put on my channel and took apart, which is the Schwinn fork that comes on the Schwinn Axum. The stanchions here, when I measured them on the Schwinn, so this distance from here to here, it's 100mm, but you can't really get 100mm the full travel. So this might be an actual 80mm travel fork of actual travel. So I put here that has 28mm stanchions, maybe 100mm travel versus I think it's more of an 80mm, and it weighs an even 6 pounds. On my other video I put 5.8, but I did a little better job. I was a little calmer measuring all these forks for this video, and it weighed in at 6 pounds even, 6.04. So the XCR coil has, this one's 100mm travel, 32mm stanchions, weighed in at 5.4 pounds. I didn't realize that I actually been using this fork for almost 2 years. So I was a little like, man, this fork's not working as nice as it should, and I serviced it. It's working well again. But then I decided that I'm riding the 29er, my hardtail, my Venzo hardtail, a lot more than I thought I would, and I'm putting it through a little more rougher and more intermediate trails. And then that's where the XCR 32 coil starts to show its limitations, especially without rebound dampening. So I went cheap. I don't want to spend a whole lot. That's my budget bike. So for about $155 shipped to my house, I got this, I think it's a 2018, 2016, I don't know, but it's an older model. The Suntour XCR 32 Air. They still make this exact same fork, but this was, you know, I got it on the cheap because it was the previous model. It has the 32mm stanchions, 120mm travel, and it weighed in at 5.3 pounds. Now I already cut the head tube to size. This one is not the head tube, but the steer tube. I cut this one at 7.5 inches, which is what this one was at, 7.5 inches. This was actually 7 inches. So the fork's actually probably a little heavier than the other ones because it actually has a shorter steer tube, and it's still half a pound more than the other ones. So I'll have to put these on there. I'm really happy with, at least just off the bike, how nicely and smooth it compresses. It comes with a little table. I set that, the air here pressure, to 90 pounds because I'm about 200 pounds, and then I'll adjust the sag accordingly. But this is what I got. That's the comparison between the three forks. And nowadays this would be a good budget. It does come with a tapered steerer tube also. Just check out Suntour's site, or you know, buy it from a store. But this would be an inexpensive, nice option to upgrade from the Schwinn Axum, the Schwinn Taff, the Schwinn Boundary. And since they already come with a straight steerer tube, those Schwinn bikes, if you find the one with a straight steerer tube for cheaper, that might not be a bad idea also. So if you have any comments, if anybody has the a budget rock shocks, like the rock shocks TK30 for example, tell us how you like it, and if you know the weight, let us know, and how it might compare to the Suntour. Alright, so there it is installed. And so I went from a coil, 100mm coil shock with no rebound, to a 120mm air with rebound dampening. Little rebound knob down there. and it actually weighs basically exactly the same. So 10 millimeters more travel plus rebound control, rebound dampening, and no weight penalty. I think it's a worthwhile upgrade. I can't wait to take it out on the trail. I don't know if you can hear it, but it is pouring outside. So probably won't be hitting the trails till this weekend, a couple of days, and I'll be able to try it out and see what it feels like. But I'm pretty confident it's going to feel pretty nice. So once again, thanks for watching. Give it a thumbs up if you like the video, and check out some of my other build videos on this bike and some of my maintenance videos on the Suntour 4.